Yeah, man, it's Kevin Christian. So I want to talk about something that you don't hear people talking about. Matter of fact, this might be, um, I might be the first person you ever heard talk about this, and the only person on YouTube or anywhere else talking about this publicly for anybody to see, rather than secretly in the gang stalker world or the mind control world only. I want to talk about EMF broadcast mind control. This satellite technology. It's neural monitoring. It is remote neural monitoring, and every person is unique with a specific EMF signature frequency. And this satellite system and this web of EMF around our planet, our electromagnetic field, that is the infrastructure for the whole thing. So we're all interconnected in a way. Um, some people understand it better than others. Some people think it's a bunch of mystic bullshit. It's not. I'm not a mystic, okay? Gang stalkers living as broadcast and attacking people. This would be the wrong video you want to show yourself to be the reason why, wouldn't it be? Wouldn't it be, though? These forbidden subjects. These gang stalkers, Howard Circle gang stalkers, the Matheny family, and Ricky Patton, Marcus, and Ricky, mainly. They do their live streams. They're living as a broadcast, okay? Neural monitoring works a lot of ways. One way is artificial telepathy, all right? And you can hear people when they're talking to you. If it's set up and connected on the settings on the neural monitoring online, then you can connect to somebody and talk to them. It's like you're on the phone with them, or like really more like they're standing next to you, or wherever they are. Okay, I don't get to choose my settings because I'm on remote neural monitoring. Somebody else has possession of my account for my frequency, for my broadcast, and they use it as a weapon. They use it as a suppression. They use it as a weapon. They use it to hurt people. Okay? They use it to hurt people. These gang stalkers that I deal with, they use it to hurt people. So they also use it for their own entertainment, and for rape, and for mind rape, and unconsensual connections to people. And they use it to make money. In a lot of ways, they use it to make money. What if you're a really, really good stock trader or options trader, or an aspiring one that's getting kind of good? You got 50 gang stalkers watching every play you make. You start popping off some that's getting you some money, and they start popping off the same ones. I think it'd be interesting to see, my Robinhood and my Fidelity linked up, a comparison chart to some of these gang stalkers that I deal with. See how much of my little plays that they're copying. It won't get off my eyes, man. This guy Ricky Patton, 50-year-old man. These guys are from, like, usually there's some young kids that do this too, but they don't do it the same way. Okay, they're really not a problem that much. The younger kids, it's these old idiots, these old fat dudes that's 60 years old that's been sitting around at a computer for 30 some years, right? They're hackers. They still can't keep from getting caught. They're too stupid. They don't think about things. Well, this and this, then this. No, they don't think about things. That's why they're not writing programs, if else. Otherwise, they might be some kind of successful rather than sitting on mind control all day, every day, trying to suppress me, messing up my settings and my programming every chance you get while I'm just trying to learn things. Learning is prohibited. Yeah, they got their Taliban going. So, artificial telepathy is a form of mind control. It's part of the whole thing, the broadcast thing in general. Okay? If they're connected you with artificial telepathy, then they are broadcast around you and they can talk to you from their broadcast. Okay, so when they talk to you, though, depending on how strong their broadcast is, now, I think they could probably just turn it up to a certain degree on the settings. For one, and it can make you talk along with them. They're talking like I'm talking now, right? But what if when I'm talking now, you're talking along with me, word for word for word, jinx. Okay, it's like that, word for infinitely. You can't help it. You can, but it just depends on how powerful they turn it up. Okay, and it also depends on how powerful the broadcast equipment is turned up that they are wrapped in. Okay, because they could put on this broadcast equipment, okay, that's like wrapped around their body, and when they turn up the power, it gives them a control over others, okay, over other humans. And they use that for rape. And they also can have a control over humans' broadcast. Because when a human gets onto this equipment or turns on that broadcast where they want to connect to a broadcast, like a hologram, it puts them into that sleep state, that catatonic subsleep, subconscious state, okay? And they're, in their mind, they're awake. They're living as a broadcast, okay? And it must be, judging from my experience of dealing with them, it must be similar to Dream at first, okay? It's better than Dream. It's more realistic than Dream because it is real, okay? Because it's not a virtual reality, although it could seem that way. Okay, but this virtual reality that you could live in your mind and be somewhere else is real. Okay, and with the right camera settings, or like a full spectrum camera, or the right type of programs for editing and stuff like that, the right filters, you would be able to see these broadcasts in reality, in the physical world. Okay, so they are a physical thing that is really happening at the same time as being kind of like a virtual reality, but it's real, okay? So that's how it works. But when they turn up the broadcast, the electricities and things that are running through them, the voltage running through them is very, it has a lot to do with who's in control as far as mind control. Okay, I don't get mind controlled. I get angry when they start broadcasting and turning it up more and more, okay, to where it's causing a problem for me. It makes me angry because I don't mix well with idiot, gang stalking rapists, morons, okay, that need to take a shower. I think they need to go do that and then go turn themselves in for everything they've been doing. To be able to live as a broadcast, to be able to go into someone's home as a broadcast, you can't physically pick up something and take it with you, but you could cause a whole lot of problems for the person that lives there, and you could cause a whole lot of terror, and you could cause injuries and harm. And you could cause yourself to know a lot of private information that you shouldn't be knowing about people inside their own home, in their private place that they've earned and paid for. They've earned that, and they paid for that by working and having a real job, rather than sitting around gang stalking people and putting out live streams of people's private life, or raping, or putting out porn videos of people in their private homes that you ain't even supposed to have that video, right? That's the kind of stuff that these gang stalkers do. Okay, EMF video would be a video that's not made with a camera. All right, if I broadcast from the settings on neural monitoring that I don't have, if I had those and broadcast some kind of type of broadcast around you, right? You turn on your EMF detector and the 45 micro Teslas that it normally says jumped up to 275 or something like that, like bing. So you got this broadcast around you, right? So now go ahead and start looking. Let's see. I got this little brass hinge thing. It's kind of shiny. Okay. I got this glass window. That's kind of shiny. I got this phone screen. That'd work excellently. Okay. Got your eyes. Got your... You don't have to have anything. Okay. It could just be a blob of reflective EMF waves looking at you like a camera at a certain frequency that they can receive back. Now they got that video. So it's like way beyond even a drone. You know, who needs a drone? Now, I have seen them flying drones before, okay? But a lot of times, people that see so-called drones, okay, or like low stars or little UFOs and all that type of stuff, it's broadcast. And they're putting that there to message you. Every time I come out on my porch, I see the same drones flying right there. It's because it's not a drone. It's a broadcast. Okay? And when they want you to see a broadcast, they have a way to turn it on where it can be seen. Okay? I've seen broadcasts a lot. And I have my methods that I've come up with on my own. I learned everything on my own, figuring it all out, because there ain't nowhere to find the stuff online. But there is now Kevin Christian's YouTube channel. So I learned a lot of ways to try to expose things. And, you know, with lights and prisms and lead crystal and primary color lenses, certain kind of lights and reflective surfaces and different things, you can make the broadcast visible, or at least more visible. And I'm sure there's ways that have been perfected to make the broadcast absolutely perfectly visible. And there's a lot of other advanced things that you can do with that. But I'm kind of pioneering my own way, and I don't want to say everything, you know, because this is my thing. But yeah, you could see that broadcast. But if they want to broadcast a hologram person right here, where you could see it right here, right now, they could do that. They could do that. And cameras can see it sometimes. Sometimes they can't. You can see it sometimes. Sometimes you can't. But if they want to put a real serious broadcast that you definitely can see and put it right here, then they can do that. So those drones and stuff, you know, maybe it's not a drone at all. Is it moving with you? Can you move and it moves with you? It's on your channel. You got a strong mind. You mind control things. Right when I see these broadcasts, I see a broadcast in the distance. Is that somebody or is that a broadcast? Let me sway back and forth and see if they swaying back and forth with me. Oh, that's a broadcast, because they're on mind control. They like to put people on mind control. You know, they like to have these guys. They like to get on the machine and you know, have full power over everybody, and then you know, these girls that get on the channel, just make them do whatever they say, because they're on the machine. They have the voltage running through them, and it makes their mind more powerful. Okay, they haven't been able to make me do nothing yet. Some people, I think that's something to do with why certain people are targeted, because these gang stalkers and stuff, they don't want us to get on to this mind control system with any type of control over things, like our own settings. And what if I was to get on the broadcast machine and have girls wandering through the woods, right? No, because I don't do stupid stuff like that. I'm not a rapist. Why I look like Tony Bruce to you? Okay, so they don't want you to get on it, right? These like Marcus and Ricky Patton and the Matheny's over here and Robert Lackey and the rest of this group, right? They don't want me to get on mind control because they know from having access to neural monitoring, they know that I'm smarter than them and that my mind is more powerful than theirs. Okay, and they're insecure about it. So they go out of their way at great lengths to make sure that I don't get access to mine because they're scared. Main reason. Right, and any girl that I was trying to mess with or whatever, the next thing you know, they trying to mind control her, trying to get her on their team. And it has happened. Girls that were targeted that I was messing with, or people that I messed with, or whatever, and then the next thing you know, they're hanging out with them. Okay, this girl that has my neural monitoring put me on target, her and Robert Lackey and Tony Bruce and Ricky Patton and the Matheny's and whomever. Okay, it's just, that's the group. All right, and yeah, I've known people to join them. So that's some of the ways that EMF broadcast mind control can work and does work. If nobody's on the machine, you just got a bunch of people that are connected on mind control. You can still talk with artificial telepathy, and you can still receive things, but it's not, if you're not wearing a headset or on the machine or something, or have the settings to make it so, it's very subtle. Okay, I'm sure they got me receiving 0, but I still receive some. Consequently, it is a two-way connection. So they receiving me and knowing what I'm thinking. I kind of can know what they're thinking too, just not as good. It's not broadcast assisted, but over time you start to realize your intuitions, you're in tune, and you start to come to be one with your ability, and learn what's possible and what's actually going on, and all of those things is, if we're vibing on the same wavelength, oh yeah, we're vibing on the same, yep, probably for real, scientifically real, that's happening, like, yep. So anyway, I know there's a couple of people that they go out of their way to try to keep me from becoming too close to. Okay? And I'm starting to realize why. Because they're like me. And they aren't very susceptible to mind control. To me, it just makes me angry. I don't want them broadcasting their sick minds at me. Like you're not going to make me do nothing. You're just pissing me off. Okay? You're not going to change the way I think. Okay? To a third party in the connection, it may seem as if I thought something or said something or whatever, but because you made it run through my mind, all right, by way of forcibly broadcasting. But, they got access and they're falling for nothing really. But I'm not falling for very much either. So, yep, that's right. They got a lot to say. Come through birds all the time. It was a really cool one that happened yesterday. It was like, real crazy. This bird was like, real crazy. I started laughing. Sometimes it's cool, really. Sometimes it's funny. Sometimes it's cool. But you gotta have control over your stuff without letting some idiot terrorists, get control over your stuff. The last thing they want is me to connect with a girl that doesn't have a weakness, okay, that doesn't have that doesn't have the problem with being mind control. Like if they can't get at somebody, if they can't change somebody's mind, if somebody could become like an ally to me for real, then it becomes a problem for them. More so than, you know, it becomes something that it's out of their capabilities to prohibit or to deal with or stop or whatever. All right, it's a lot about hacking, and they are very much into my devices, and I've got a whole bunch of police reports and letters out to this and that or whatever, and I'm definitely about to get real serious and nasty about pursuing legal prosecutions, bro. We're going all the way. Like I want to litigate. I want money. Okay, I want to sue them. All right, I want all of my live streams and everything you ever made, ever. Okay, I want all of my. I know that they're not going to give me all that, but these guys are going to jail and they are going to pay me. Or these guys and girls, we'll say, because there's some girls involved too. Y'all are going to jail and y'all are going to pay me. Okay, because I'm pushing the envelope every day. Right, and I come out and say whatever I want to, because at this point they're caught doing so much that they're scared to go nowadays, finally, they're scared to run to try to use the judicial system against me in the grounds of he's a crazy person, because I've got too many of their files that they wanted to put on my devices. Okay, APIs are very important. DNS is very important. All caps, connect. They got me blocked off anything. I can't even find an article on that on the internet. They got me blocked off everything to do with that. PHP is very important. The local area network, securing a local host. Make your local host and make it secure, and learn PHP and get your machines processing all the languages and get your DNS right, and learn about that connect, that all caps connect, and then learn about APIs, that, you know, to do API calls. That's how they're accessing a lot of my accounts and stuff, through API calls, like HTTP requests stuff. A lot of that's going on. It doesn't matter, iPhone, Android, Chromebook, Windows, computer, laptops, Mac Pro, doesn't matter. They could get into all of it. They have the advantage of broadcast, and they have the advantage of know everything, and they're into all your networks, and they're into all of your stuff, and those are the key subjects. Okay, those are your new favorite subjects: APIs, DNS, PHP, localhost. Okay, those are your new favorite subjects. All right, so that's how mind control works, and that's what they're all about. Y'all have a good weekend.